first Madden 25 rebuild on Earth, I've selected the Chicago Bears, and we're not stopping until I become the first person on the planet to win a Madden 25 Super Bowl. And I'd like to thank the EA Creator Network for allowing me to capture early footage of the game. And here's the roster we're working with to begin, with Caleb Williams as the face of our franchise. Now, disclaimer, this is an early build of the game, so everything that you see today, including the player ratings, are subject to change, so keep that in mind. But Caleb in his 76 overall isn't too shabby as a rookie, and hopefully will win a Super Bowl before his rookie contract expires and have to give him the big bucks. And if we fail that objective, I have to give away a copy of Madden 25 to a lucky subscriber in the comments, so make sure you're sub, brother. Now, since Caleb does start with hidden development, I'm super interested to find out if he just starts things off as an X Factor. And I'm not gonna lie, beginning things off with an 83 overall team across the board is a decent starting point. The offensive line's pretty young and should progress throughout the years. Decent tight end duo, and we honestly might have the best trio of receivers in the entire league, not to mention a pretty solid starting running back. Now, the issue could come on the defensive side of things, like the front seven has some studs in there, but some question marks as well. The secondary is incredible, but the main question is whether or not this front seven can generate enough pressure. And we even have a hidden development punter. Oh, this is actually Iowa's punter. That's so funny. A 27-year-old rookie is wild. I think it's only right we go ahead and set Caleb Williams as our captain. Now, I also have to admit, this is the very first time I've loaded into Madden 25, so we're going to be learning a lot about this game together today. And I'm probably going to go really slow throughout the first season because I want to see all the new things they added. First thing's a training camp. You can do all of these drills to possibly upgrade your players. I want to try at least one, and we're going to go with the wide receiver red zone attack. We'll see if we can upgrade the rookie at all. We need 10,000 points for gold. Let's not screw this up. Come on. He's open. Touchdown. See if we can hit the corner. We're kind of cooking the corner back there. Romadunze. Dude, we hit the hot spot. Already got bronze. Dude, we're cooking them every single time, dude. Let's go. Like, we actually have a chance here to get gold. Again, back of the end zone. Bang! Already up to silver. Gotta keep the streak alive here. Oh, no, he got me clamped this time. Not good. Now, I honestly don't know if we'll get gold, but silver won't be the worst in the world. Again, back of the end zone, we're just gonna barely miss out on gold. That's so unfortunate. But Romadunze, corner of the end zone, we just overthrew it completely. But silver, I guess, isn't bad for my first mini drill of the year. Yo, we already got him a skill point. So guys, definitely do your training camp drills. And since the playmaker archetype is the scheme fit for the Bears, we'll allocate that point towards that. And it did increase him up to a 77 overall. Dude, look at everything that upgraded. Brother, training camp is the move. You don't have to pick and choose. You can do every single drill that you want to. And I think I'm gonna do at least one more because I kind of am on a time crunch here. Let Caleb try out the pocket presence drill. Getting another upgrade, this time being for our quarterback, would be massive. We have to dodge projectiles. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the best at the target mini games in Madden 24, so hopefully I'm a little bit better here. At least we hit the target on the first time here. We're dodging the projectiles, and we're 2 for 2, I think. Dude, we're actually not doing a horrible job here, I think, at least. Again, gotta get the right angle here. Complete the pass. 3 for 3. Let's see if we can get gold this time. Good again. Oh, this one's kind of funky. Can I hit this one? Of course we do. Right down the middle. Bullseye. We almost have gold already, I think. Again. Oh, got right down the middle again. We're at bronze now, actually. Gold would be massive with our rookie quarterback. Not quite up to silver just yet. Oh, no, this one's kind of hard at an angle again. We got hit. Oh, no, that ruins it. Let's make sure we at least get silver again. I don't know if we'll even get silver. We're probably gonna get bronze on this very first challenge with the quarterback. At least I got bronze. That was kind of stressing me the frick out. So no skill point, unfortunately, for Caleb Williams. But once I actually get good at some of these mini games, keep in mind, this is the first time I've played any of them. Like, training camp is going to be OP to upgrade your team at the start of your franchise, or probably at the start of every single season. We got to make sure I check my messages frequently because they could be important. Right now, our GM's just letting us know a few players been put on a trade block. Not going to lie, we could use ourselves a nice little outside linebacker to start things off, so why not go ahead and try to complete our first trade of Madden 25 franchise? So all we have is Jack Sanborn on the left side. They do need a tight end. We could get rid of Mercedes Lewis. They also need a center. We could get rid of Doug. Just curious to see how close this even is, and that was accepted, dude. Our first trade attempt of Madden 25 goes through. Let's welcome our brand new starting left outside linebacker. And unfortunately for us, he does only have this last year remaining on his contract, but if he balls out, he might get paid. Let's see if we can win our first preseason game, and I am going to go week by week in this first season to see what kind of storylines we get, because apparently it's a pretty big deal this year. We already have some upgrades. A lot of them. Brother, this Iowa punter is going to turn into a 99 overall in no time. Tyreek Stevenson closing in on an 80 overall. overall. And Austin Booker, our first rookie, gets upgraded up to a 70. So we have a message here from our offensive coordinator. Ready for the press conference this week? I assume they're going to ask me about position battles. I'm interested to see what position battles Glenn's talking about here. Oh no, our first press conference of Madden 25. You should be having a tight end position battle according to most experts. Which stat will determine the winner of the battle between Cole Kmet and Gerald Everett? I want Cole Kmet to be my starter. Oh gosh, we're under our time limit. I'm nervous. There would not be a battle. Interesting. I wonder how that will go over in the locker room. And I lost trust in my players. What do you mean? We're off to a great start as the head coach here in Chicago. I mean, I love Gerald Everett. He's a former South Alabama player, like my school. But he's just not going to start over Cole Kmet. So you guys, we already see, you got to be pretty careful in the way you answer in press conferences because my entire team is just not liking me right now. Caleb's down to a 74. No, we've got to play good here in the preseason. Got to get back-to-back wins and beat the Bengals here. Now, the main menu does look quite a bit different. The standing screen's different. You get some stat leaders as well. This is a welcome change. Let's beat Jake Browning and the Bengals. We lost. So morale's down probably even more. At least we do have a few more upgrades. Brother, just like that, literally 2 preseason games in, DJ Moore up to an 89 overall. Now we have a message from our D coordinator. Okay, so this is different. Andrew Billings, our defensive tackle, showed up to camp out of shape and we're not happy. So I want to talk to him. I definitely don't want to not bother. I want our guy to get into shape. We're all about health and wealth here in Chicago. When we go find him in the locker room, make sure you know his personality trait before talking to him. You can find it in his player card. So that's good to know, Cameron. That's an interesting aspect that we've never had before in franchise. He's a team player. Oh gosh, we made our way into the Chicago Bears locker room. We're just blunt about it. I heard you showed up out of shape. Come on, brother. I didn't put the work in this offseason like I have in the past. At least he's honest. And keep in mind, he's a team player. Gosh, that goes so fast. It makes me so nervous. You're letting your teammates down. Understand, coach, my personality gets in the way sometimes. I'll start the regular season strong. Glad to hear it. So that was a pretty nice interaction. He got himself a +3 boost for a couple of stats for his next 3 games. Not gonna lie, these scenarios and cutscenes are actually already so much better than what they were in Madden 24. I kind of like it. So we already have ourselves 21 franchise points, which I tend to like putting my franchise points towards the player personnel coaching tree because I want to become a better trade negotiator. So our first coaching tree upgrade, a 5% trade discount on players older than 30. And honestly, with this being the first rebuild of Madden 25, we're probably not going to make many moves until the end of this first season. And we'll really get going in the offseason and see where we really need to move forward at with the team. I really hope by the end of this season, Rome Odunze can be at like the 80 overall range. So I really don't know if we'll have Keenan Allen on this team longer than just 1 season. So if he does leave us this offseason, Rome Odunze could step in as a pretty good wide receiver 2 behind DJ Moore. But let's end the preseason here, hopefully with the win over the Chiefs. Guarantee they won't be starting Mahomes this game. They beat us anyway. Our players are probably -15 overall at this point. Oh my gosh, even though we lost, we got some big upgrades. This will bring Jalen Johnson up to a 90. And we have Caleb Williams' first ever skill point upgrade of his career up to hopefully a 77 overall, even though he's sad. And DeAndre Swift here, if he could have a good season, could creep up back to like a 90 overall, which he's here for a little while, so hopefully he can increase that overall. I do want to see at this point if there's any free agents left out there that I think could really help our team. I mean, maybe Patrick Peterson on a 1-year deal. I mean, we might would have the deepest cornerback room in the entire league. We don't have a lot of money left. I think Pat Pete's worth it. And before I see if there's anybody else I might want to sign, we're going to see how much money I can save by having to cut 20 players. I'm going to move as many players as I possibly can to the practice squad to avoid just outright having to cut them. But unfortunately, only so many are eligible. Oh my gosh, this is actually another alumni of South Alabama, but unfortunately, Corliss, I just can't cut a punter that went to Iowa. We have a million wide receivers. Colin Johnson's been balling out in the preseason, but unfortunately, Colin, you got to go. Dante Pettis too. There's no point in having 9 wide receivers. Honestly, I think Freddie Swain will be the last wide receiver cut. Don't need 7 cornerbacks. Don't need a 62 overall either. Don't need 4 left ends. Could cut another corner, and I guess we could live with just 3 defensive tackles. I still do want to scour the free agent market just a little bit, see what we can afford. And honestly, I don't really mind Shelby Harris on a 1-year deal. He'll probably by far be our best D tackle. I really don't think there's anybody else that we can afford, which means I can just move Zach Pickens here to the practice squad. No big deal. We got ourselves a practice sideline media interview. Got ourselves a new practice field in the game. It's pretty dope. Oh gosh, coach, we talk all the time about a team's identity. What can the fans expect from your offense this season? Oh, I think we're probably gonna have to lean on our playmakers. We have a rookie quarterback. We just have way too many good skill players. players, having a time limit kind of stresses me out. What would a successful season look like? Ooh, this is so tough and this is so fast. I want both of my wide receivers to have 75 plus catches. They're both good. They're both veterans. They deserve the touches. You're welcome. Oh no, what did I do? So my wide receivers both have an identity crisis. So I assume if they both don't hit 75 catches, that means something bad will happen. And with the few free agent moves that we did make, it did somehow boost our overall up to 84. Is there a defensive end I could afford? A veteran like Samson Ebukam? I think barely, just barely, we can squeeze him in with a few pennies left. And that's a pretty big overall upgrade at the position. Now officially time to hit our first regular season, and you can never freaking guess who we have to take on week 1. This gives me an identity crisis. We have our first draft class here, which a lot of this is different, so I'm gonna have to learn this as we go along. Definitely seems a lot cleaner, which there's nothing really we can do with scouting just yet, but we definitely need to be looking at defensive ends and probably outside linebacker. Why are we so popular? Fans are gonna know how you're gonna handle your rookie quarterback. Will you play your rookie quarterback this season or let him sit for a year and develop? Dude, he's playing. Like, what are we doing, dude? It's the first overall pick in the draft. He's gonna play. He's not gonna play. He's gonna play. Are you sure? You'd be missing out on a lot of development. No. Like, what are we talking about? I'm sure. Don't question me. He's probably going to play for us at some point. He's going to start. Good luck developing him based on his performance on the field. Now, what do they want to know at practice? Dude, they talk so fast, they stress me out. What area of the team is strongest? Probably our offense, definitely, with the weapons that we have. So if the offense is stronger, what part of the defense worries you the most? Front defense for sure. Front seven's a little iffy. Oh no, is that going to make him like sad? Is their morale going to go down? It's definitely the interior defensive line. It's a little lackluster. Maybe it's going to motivate him. What would a successful season look like statistically? Now they're going to be stressed out. I got to give up less than 1,300 rushing yards. Can't be having that many yards against us. Saints will check back at the end of the season. So promising that means we're in the right direction. Don't know if that gives us a boost or not, but I do think it's time to set our season goal. And I mean, the Bears haven't been the best last few years, but with the rookie quarterback and the weapons they have now, I think we should at least be winning 7 games, like maybe make the playoffs, but I'll be considerate, not get fired, and actually commit to 7 wins. We can do that easily. I do have to hire scouts before we get through week 1. I really do need somebody focused on the defensive line. So Calvin Heath's the guy for me. Now I do want somebody focused on wide receivers. I don't think I can hire a 3-star. Unfortunately, no. So I'm gonna have to go with a 1-star stinker, unfortunately, and we'll do wide receiver and a cornerback expert. So at this point, happy with my scouts. So we finally can get through our first game of the season, and as much as it pains me as a Titans fan, I really hope we come out of this 1-0, because I mean, maybe we could win the freaking Super Bowl this very first year, and we do win 21-14. And my goal for Roma Dunze was 80 overall by the end of the year, and he's getting pretty close already, although hopefully Playmaker can bump him up 1, and it does. So just like that, Roma Dunze is up to a 79 overall, actually. Holcomet gets a bump as well. Maybe this is also a guy that could potentially approach 90 overall in a couple seasons. And what did I say, dude? Torrey Taylor, I promise you this guy is going to be a 99 by the end of the season. The GOAT. It looks like Caleb didn't have to do way too much. He get 46 yards on the ground, so it looks like they're going to carry the ball quite a bit with them this year. Okay, Bears debut for DeAndre Swift. Definitely not the best of starts since we need these 2 guys to end up with 75 catches. I really hope they don't like request a trade or something just because we don't meet that mark. That'll make me sad. Ready for our second press conference of the week. How do you feel about the result in your season opener? Who deserves the most credit? Well, probably the defense. Offense didn't do anything too wild. Which player got the game ball? Dude, I don't know what the stats were. I didn't look at defense. Oh no. Do I just lie and say what we like? I'm gonna increase our defensive end because we need some defensive end help. I lied though. Does that make me a bad person? They got the game ball and we'll receive +3 to block shed and power move. So like I said, it's a dub decision. Will we get a prime time game against the Texans? First, I want to see if there's anything we can do with scouting. Guess I can set favorites. Basically any first round projected defensive lineman. Probably second, third round outside linebacker too. Now if we can beat the Texans away from home, dude, we might actually could be a playoff caliber team. Like this is a massive test. Prime time game and we freaking lost. And that's anticlimactic. Caleb again not putting up like crazy numbers. He didn't have a lot of offense that game. So we definitely should be focusing on defensive end here. He's a defensive end expert and it's a big strength in the West. Ooh, this is a tough one. Probably need to go defensive tackle in the Central. Definitely excited to see if we can get in the draft this offseason. Kind of lost on what to do here. We'll probably go offensive lineman, I guess maybe guard. So guard in the northeast, and in the southeast, we're probably gonna go offensive tackle. That's basically all the scouting we can do. New Bear got himself an upgrade. We already have, unfortunately for my stress levels, 21 players ready to renegotiate their contracts. Now Keenan Allen already, dude. And like I said, I don't know if we're gonna keep him. Like, he's gonna be super expensive, and he's not even interested, which means we'll probably have to give him some big money. I mean, I'll give him like a little base offer. That's a big cap hit. I wonder if he just do 1 year. If he do a 1 year deal, maybe that's a big cap hit. But again, dude, it's Keenan freaking Allen. Hopefully he'll accept. Oh, dude, it's a nightmare. Now, Tevin Jenkins, we've got to lock the offensive lineman down long term. I'd like to give him a 4-year deal. Hopefully he'll just accept the base offer. And he's indecisive. That's not good. We're 0 for 2 so far. I think we'll let these two guys go. And honestly, I might be good for now. Can we please get back to over 500? We lost by 10. This is not going good. At least Caleb Williams is getting better, though. Brings him up to a 77. And we're getting close to seeing if he starts off with X Factor or just Superstar. Come on, we've got to take down the 1 and 2 Rams at home. If we go like down 1-3, we might not recover. And we won, thank God. 31-21, the biggest win we've had of the season. By far, Caleb Williams' best game. Give Tevin Jenkins a little bit more money. At least I got that one off my back. Now it's just Keenan Allen. Like, hopefully we'll eventually sign a 1-year deal. I'll open a little bit. I just don't know about it, boys. Like, if we're out of it at the trade deadline, should I just trade him away for a draft pick? Now, I could try and offer Aziz. I mean, like, it'd be smart to lock him down since we traded for him. Hopefully this will be enough. At least we got the left side of the linebacker core locked down for a few years. All the points we've gotten the last few weeks are going to go straight again to the trade tab of the player personnel coaching tree. Really, since it's just our first rebuild and the first time I've played franchise mode, just trying to show you everything that franchise mode now entails. Have another press conference. Coach, we're 5 weeks in. Do you feel like you have a solid idea of how good your team is this season? Again, I'm just going to lie because I feel like it's the better answer. Coach speak. If you had to look into the future, how many wins do you think this team can finish with? I'm just going to lie again and just try to motivate my team. We can win 14 games. Not very optimistic, but it's probably realistic based on your record. Tell me that motivated my team. So if we do win 12 games, we get a lot of XP and some staff points. But 12 wins, like, I don't know if we'll actually reach that, so that might have been a waste. But hopefully we can add to the win total here with the win against the Panthers. We lost. I mean, at least Caleb's putting up good numbers. I'm just going to keep, like, offering him 1-year deals until he blocks my number. And he made the decision to test out free agency. So again, dude, like, if we keep losing games, I might trade him away to get some draft picks. I mean, that's a lot of money. At this rate, Caleb might actually hit 80 overall by like week 10. Just rub it in our face, Keenan. But if we lose this game and fall to 2-4, like, honestly, I really might end up trading him away. We lost again. Like, we're barely losing these games too, which makes it even worse. Dude, I feel like the media is gonna grill me this week. They want to know about my defensive play calling. We need lower than 200 passing yards allowed, no higher than that. Some big upgrades this week, and Rome Odunze does become the first rookie to hit 80 overall. I think it's time to go ahead and see what the heck we can get for Keenan Allen here at the trade deadline. Unfortunately, not a lot of teams can actually afford them. Okay, so we're actually getting offered some decent trades here. So I might actually take my time here and try to make sure we get the best possible deal done here. The Detroit Lions are going all out. They traded young Jameson Williams in a first-round pick for Keenan Allen. Pretty happy with that return. Since we did lose a wide receiver, we have to set our national focus scouting, and I think I'm gonna focus on scouting wide receivers nationally. For the first time this season, we have a player and team meeting to hype this team up to have one miraculous comeback here in the second half of the season. We're making the playoffs. Gonna focus on our opponent's weakness. Team says that we can run on their defense. With any player specifically? Okay, this is an interesting interaction here. How should we attack? So we have to listen to our players. We listen to what our players want to do here. They want to run to the right side. How do we measure success? We need to get DeAndre Swift 2 rushing touchdowns. He wants the ball. So hopefully we can get that done. Ooh, fancy. We get the coach's office. We're meeting with DeAndre Swift. What the frick is this about? Oh man, don't ask for a trade or something, because I do know they can request trades. We're almost halfway through the season and I'm not involved in the offense enough. That's not good. I need more touches, or maybe I don't belong here. That's just not what you like to hear. We're gonna give you the ball more this week. I just really hope we actually do. We want some catches too. Get him the ball and some screens. Please, can we develop that into our game plan? How many touches can we get me? Oh no, dude. I just say 4 catches and 10 rush attempts. 4 catches is a lot. Don't make me a liar. Love it. Hope you come through, coach. I mean, I do too, DeAndre. Oh no, hopefully don't break that promise. Come on, let's get this bread. Big DeAndre Swift game here. Let's roll. At least we won. So we did have 10 plus touches on the ground. So we had enough touches on the ground. Please tell me he had some receptions. He had 4 receptions. Please tell me that's enough. Please tell me DeAndre's happy. Oh gosh, I think he texted me here. Yes, we fulfilled the promise. That was actually straight stressing me out. Hopefully that'll put this to rest. You think he'll get off that easy? Oh no, you need to prove it to me for the rest of the season. I need to end the regular season with at least 50 catches and 90 rush attempts. Let's make it happen. Let's go. Challenge accepted. Don't challenge me, DeAndre. I really hope though, even if we don't meet this goal, that he doesn't request a trade, because I mean, I want him because he could become like a 90 overall. Told you guys, Caleb's about to hit that 80 mark. I mean, if we win here, we go 4-4, which means we're not necessarily out of the playoff race, and we do thank God we're on a roll. Well, unfortunately, our defensive coordinator thinks their offense has an advantage against our defense, so that's good to know. Now we have ourselves a team meeting, talking about film study. What's the plan to deal with that? Our D tackles need to tackle better. Come on, let's stop Ramondre Stevenson. Let's go, we got this. So our D tackles got +5 to boost tackle, but we lost 5 on block shedding. That kind of equals itself out. Look at the newbie already getting better. I mean, if we win this, we go 5-4. And 5-4 is +500, and we might be right there for the wild card spot. And now the close games are going in our favor. We're 5-4. I mean, just one game out for the division right now. But unfortunately, we have ourselves an injury. I think that's like the first big injury of the season. Don't be Caleb, it's not, but it's Kevin Byard, like our 89 rated free safety, out for 7 weeks, and our number 2 corner, not good. That's like the biggest set of upgrades we've had all season. Now, an absolute massive division game here. If we win this, we could potentially be tied for first place in the division, and we won by 6, brother. We are on a roll. Still a game behind the Vikings, but we for sure have one of the wild card spots, I think at least. Gerald Everett, Montez Sweat with what I think is their first upgrades of the season. If we win this game against the Vikings, I do think we take first place in the division. This would be such a freaking massive dub, and we got beat pretty comfortably. That makes this week's game even more important. I do think the winner of this game grabs the last wild card spot. Now, Kyler Gordon's out for 3 weeks. Caleb's up to an 80, and DeAndre Swift's getting super close to a 90. That's exactly why I said I don't want him to have to request a trade. So this is the week that we choose focus players that we want to scout to learn a little bit extra about them. I'm going to choose this offensive tackle, this linebacker out of Auburn, maybe this wide receiver. Watch them all be bust. An absolute must win here. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. That very well might be GG's to our season, because we are currently not in the playoff picture. That could change though if we could somehow pull off a massive upset win here against the 49ers. Honestly expect to lose, and we did barely. So unfortunately, I think that's going to do it for our playoff chances this year, but our goal is 7 wins, and at least we've met that. And honestly, I think we're just 1 game out right now, so maybe there's still a chance we can make the playoffs. Pretty massive help to get some big upgrades going into some must-win games. Oh man, we have this game at home. Gotta have it. Got to freaking have it here. Oh my god, dude, that hurts. Does make me feel a little bit better knowing we got some pretty big upgrades here, including 2 for Caleb and Darnell Wright. But if we don't win out here, dude, we absolutely have 0 chance. But at least we did reach our 7-win target. That's a wrap. Oh god, the team's gonna cry. Not concerned that we're out of the playoffs. They're just predicting a win. Oh god, Ryan Clark predicted they would win this week because they have better QB. How do we prove them wrong this week? We have to throw more touchdown passes than their quarterback to show Caleb's the GOAT. And at least we end the season on a win. Oh my god, 1 game was literally the difference. I'm so mad. I'm so bad. This is just the beginning though. I'm telling you, we have a Super Bowl in our near future. I mean, especially when you consider we got a pretty freaking young offense with a quarterback who's almost already up to like an 85 overall. Keep in mind, we don't have to pay him for another 3 seasons. After just 1 regular season, we already have the entire trades coaching tree completed. Maybe this means we attempt to make some big trades in the offseason. Definitely not opposed to that. My phone's blowing up this week. At least this season, Ryan Clark said on his podcast that Caleb proved him wrong, which means he got 6,000 XP. So that's why he had so many upgrades. Oh god, please tell me DeAndre Swift's happy. And apparently we did keep our word, thank god. So hopefully he will not be requesting a trade and hopefully get some sort of boost here. He earned 5,000 XP, is why he had all those points. Oh god, now Ryan Clark's talking crap about my win projection. That's unfortunate. We'll be better next year, after I actually get to make some moves in the offseason. I mean, that's a pretty freaking good season for a rookie. Almost 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns to only 8 interceptions, and I'm sure he probably put up 468 yards on the ground. Although those DeAndre Swift numbers didn't actually end up being too crazy. I'm sure those numbers will get better as his overall goes up. And Cole Kmet led us with 1,000 yards. That's just not what I expected. Tremaine Edmonds led the team in tackles, and we had Montez Sweat lead us with 7 sacks. Like I said, we need somebody that can get to the freaking quarterback. That's actually pretty bad. We had the 3rd fewest sacks and barely created any turnovers. Like, that's so bad. We've got to be better. Lamar Jackson is your first ever Madden 25 franchise MVP. Josh Allen 2nd. Mahomes, of course, up there in 3rd. Caleb Williams came in 5th as a rookie. That is crazy. Like, surely he'll lead lead us to a Super Bowl soon. We can get a single Coach of the Year vote. We have both Caleb Williams and DeAndre Swift get Offensive Player of the Year votes. So let's go have ourselves a massive offseason. So I think with our offense, we could honestly compete for a Super Bowl as early as next season. Eagles-Bills Super Bowl. Just another random skill point upgrade for Caleb Williams, up to 86 as a freaking rookie. And your first ever Madden 25 franchise Super Bowl champion comes down to the Philadelphia Eagles in dominating fashion. Hopefully we didn't have anybody retire. Shelby Harris did. Brother, why couldn't you have stayed just one more year? Now I have to spend money on a D tackle. And some of the players that retire at the end of year one, you got Harrison Smith, that's sad. Russell Wilson, that's sad. Taysom Hill's gone too, dude. That's just depressing. Adam Thielen, Aaron Rodgers retires, so he only plays one real year in New York. Tyrod Taylor, dude. There's some big names. Lane Johnson, Calais Campbell's finally gone. The joke Go Flacco retires. Levante David, Von Miller out of nowhere. That's a lot of talent just gone from the NFL. So who do I want to talk to about offseason workouts? Probably Montez Sweat so we can get better. What are you focusing on during offseason workouts, Montez? Pass rush, getting off of blocks, and just getting better at being a defensive end. Dude, like, I don't... Just sounds good, I guess. Whatever you want to do, Montez, like you do you. Ooh, what's in your plan for the upcoming offseason? Make a splash and upgrade the roster 100%. And I think it's like if you make a promise, you actually got to follow through on it. They're gonna yell at you. The media's gonna be mad that you lied. I don't have a position in mind, honestly. I mean, I actually kind of do defensive end, but just overall talent. I'll take talent anywhere we can get it. Spend money. We'll trade draft picks. Going all out next year while Caleb Williams is on his rookie contract. Offense or defense, as much as I want to say offense for the hype, like for the dopamine, we're going defense because we just need some D-ends, we need some D-linemen. Do I feel confident I can improve? I hope so. I'm not going to promise anything. Don't want to lose my team's trust again. Oh my gosh, they're calling me out. What the frick? If that's how you take it. Dude, and try not to drop my team's morale. I dropped my team's morale. Just apparently not a player's coach. Yeah, it's our practice squad getting some upgrades. All right, fellas, this time, it's all came down to this, the off season. But I really don't think, I definitely think I need to accept Jameson Williams option. I don't know how much it is. It's a lot, actually. Khalil Herbert as a backup running back, like, is that worth the money? We still have $60 million to spend. Like, we'll accept a 2-year offer. Simple enough. There's really nobody I want back here. We can't let the fullback go. But maybe if Ebukam will accept like a cheap deal, like maybe just the 1 year, he's happy with it. And Jack, I'll give you a little offer, nothing crazy. You're a little bit younger, so I'll give you a 3-year deal. And Jack is back. Well, it's time for the dopamine rush of free agency. We have $50 million to spend here. Just the big question is like, who's even available out there to sign? Okay, there's some big dogs out there. It's not as deep though as I was kind of hoping. But off the get-go, I do know we need help at outside linebacker. Dre Greenlaw, 87 overall. We can move him over to left side. Not very interested in joining though, unfortunately. But I'll just put the offer out there. Better offer than the Titans, at least for now. Not really in the market to add a running back. I mean, do we really spend money at receiver? Like, we have a pretty good trio. David Bakhtiari's still out there, but like, I don't know, maybe Ryan Kelly. I mean, that'd be a pretty big upgrade, honestly, at the center position. He's interested, so maybe this is a match made in heaven. Kevin's out there too and interested, which means he'll be relatively cheap. We could start him at left guard over Nate Davis, maybe even trade away Nate Davis. So this would probably be our last move. So I think this is another 1-year deal that would be worth it. Greenlaw's my biggest target, so hopefully he at least signs here. Ooh, so we're kind of tied with 3 other teams, and one of them's the Lions. We can't have him go to the Lions. We did grab ourselves a new starting center, though. Also got ourselves a new veteran guard. I mean, I could try and up the offer a little bit, but like, I don't know if I have enough remaining to really pique his interest anymore. I mean, I'll give him an improved offer, but it really didn't do anything. Like, if we lose out on him, so what? And we're tied with like 15 other teams at this point. Doesn't really look like outside of that, there's just not another outside linebacker I'd be interested in. So hopefully Dre does ultimately decide to join the Bears, and I don't know if he signed or not. I don't think he did. Oh no. He's a Cardinal. Yeah, so that's kind of a big miss. But it's okay. We still have the NFL draft. Now that I'm thinking about it, we have remaining cap, so we could get BJ Hill on a 1-year deal. Kind of be a replacement at defensive tackle. And he signed. Let's go. So at least the offensive line got a little bit better. For the draft, I'm kind of looking at this left end from Washington. He has a few stinkers, but I feel like he'd be a decent late first-round prospect. This defensive end looks pretty good. Might be out of shape, though. This defensive tackle looks nasty. Hopefully, we can have one of them fall to us, because it's really that defensive line we need to improve. Hey, what do the mocks have us picking? We got pick 25. They have us going middle linebacker. This is actually somebody that I tried to scout earlier in the season, and he looks pretty freaking good. A little injury prone. But I'm down to add the best defensive talent available. So let's get into our first draft of Madden 25 franchise, and hopefully it's not a stinker. Dude, I forgot we get like the brand new NFL draft portion of Madden franchise mode, and it's got itself an intro. It's like the first time we've ever had like an intro to the draft in franchise history. This is crazy. I had no idea that existed. That just caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie. I like it, but just wasn't expecting it. And here we have the brand new background. We get Roger for the first time in a long time. I think first time ever in Dynasty mode. And this is the first pick of the draft. The lineman? Who is this? This is so funny. Dapping up Roger. Aiden Young first off the board. Who goes with the second pick here? You don't obviously have to sit here and watch every single one if you don't want to, but it's cool for the first time ever. Nazir Thorpe goes. And also, don't forget from our trade, we get the 13th pick too. Now, I'm about to simulate to our pick, and I really wish we could get this cornerback because he looks absolutely insane. A-man, A-zone, as a rookie, A-press, like this, like, do I do it? Like, do I try and trade up for him? Like, I feel like he's got to be a superstar. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to do something crazy here. He's probably gonna go here in the next 2 picks. So let's see if we can move up from 13 here. So I'm sure the Titans want a lot here, but it obviously wouldn't command as much in return as it would if this was like a generational quarterback still on the board here. Because we're about to have to pay Kyler Gordon, and I would like to replace him with a superstar corner. How about just 13 and Kyler Gordon? Come on, simple enough. And it was accepted. Let's go. Honestly thought they would command more than that, but I'll take that 100%. Bears make a blockbuster. We're on the board now at number 3, and we're taking Keegan Sands out of Utah. 8 key ratings across the board. Our first draft pick of Madden 25 franchise mode, and I really hope he's not a bust. That would be such a depressing start. At least be like an 80 overall. He looked like a generational cornerback. He was ranked number 1 at true value, and I drafted him at 3. So he is the highest rated player in the entire draft. A- pick. I don't know what his ratings are just yet. I mean, those athletic ratings look incredible, and he does have hidden development, which is huge. He's 6'3", dude. Like, has potential to be an all-pro corner off the get-go. Dude, he might actually be like an 80 rated. He plays with good football IQ and recognition. He's a sticky man cover corner and will make plays in zone. Dub start, thank God. So now I'm going to skip all the way ahead to our 25th pick. Maybe a receiver could be here that's worth taking. I could take a shot on this receiver here, Jerry Jeffries. What a name. Well, his key rating is actually kind of garbage. Ooh, might actually abort mission here. No D tackle is worth taking. That's probably what I need the most. So the only real important stat that he's not an A or B in is finesse moves. So I think we're going to take a shot here on Braxton Thomas. This right here is the future NFL sack leader. Not going to lie, the fact that he was number 63 in true value and I drafted him at 25 makes me think this wasn't a good pick, but it gave me a B though. Good scouting report. At least he does have hidden development. So at least we got that part right. Now let's see if we can get our second round pick right. This defensive tackle looks pretty good to me. He's definitely the best D tackle on the board. It's not a good class. Just be another stud, please. Well, Roger even comes out for the second round. What a trooper. And look at that, dude. Our draft room's hyped up. We actually get a little cutscene here. Let's go. It was a good pick. Ranked 30th in true value. We got him at 45. He wreaks havoc when able to disengage from run blocks. The next Aaron Donald. 3 for 3 with hidden gems. Has 94 strength as a rookie. Not gonna lie, really happy for this being my first draft of Madden 25 franchise. But knowing me, it definitely could go down south quickly. I really like a receiver, but none of the receivers left are good. The fast guy here, nothing really intrigues me. Did enough scouting to know most of these guys look like complete busts. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not getting a young receiver unless there's one late that looks decent. Now, this guy looks like he has potential. It's like a good coverage linebacker, which we really don't have. Super athletic, fastest linebacker at the draft. I'm kind of iffy on it, but he's the best guy, I think, on the board. 47th true value at 77. Love it, and another hidden development prospect. So we didn't pick again here until the 5th round, and for some reason, I want to draft this left tackle that's projected talent is undrafted free agent. For some reason, I think he has a chance to be good. A awareness with some B's thrown in there. I don't think this is bad for a 5th round pick. Roger's such a trooper. So I think my impulse control got the best of me. We'll make up for that by getting a gym here in the 6th round. And I'm not gonna lie, I've looked at every single player. There's not a single prospect left that I absolutely have any interest at all in drafting. So I'm gonna do everything I can to move a few draft picks here. To 2026, let's roll. Well, here we go. No big deal or anything. Just about to see if those players I drafted were all bust or not. Come on, at least somebody be good. Yo, dude. That's actually not horrible. 80 overall cornerbacks, a pretty good start. 72, 73 overall additions to our front seven. Like, I can work with that. And with this last pick, maybe next time I need to not listen to my instinct. So there were two 80 overall prospects in that draft class. Now, who is the fastest? Evan Orr to 95 speed. Lowest overall is a 62. Well, I honestly don't feel like that was a bad offseason. So into the start of season number 2, like, the team is up to an 85 overall with an 87 offense and an 84 defense. Everybody on the O-line's 80 overall plus. Cole Kmet's now a superstar, and there's a good chance both our running back and quarterback are over 90 overall by the end of the season. Even Jaquan Brisker's up to a superstar. I mean, if I could just upgrade the defensive line aside from Montez Sweat, like, we could be in golden position to make a run this year. But the big question, is that even freaking possible here? Time to let RBT cook. Ooh, Aiden Hutchinson has 1 year left on his contract. Maybe we could pay him. Will we be taking him from a massive division rival? Now, the question is, like, is this even remotely possible? Like, will the Lions even answer the phone? You need an outside linebacker, and I feel like Jack Sanborn's kind of expendable here. Kind of a massive trade. Get rid of Velus Jones. I just, like, want to see where this starts. Like, this surely won't even be, like, halfway, right? Yes, it is. There's actually potential here. We'll probably have to part with a pretty decent draft pick, but I think we can actually get Aiden Hutchinson here. Let's just ease our way in here. 3rd round pick. Is this enough for our first blockbuster deal of the season? Trade declined, but I do have faith. 2nd round pick, I'm willing to part with. We're going for a Super Bowl this season. That sucks. The gap of doom. But we do have 3 6th round picks for this upcoming draft following our trade. So this should be enough to get ourselves our brand new starting defensive end. Wild. Now, I also do want to try and add talent at defensive tackle, but I also want to try to do so without having to trade away a 1st round pick. Maybe I can get away with the 2027 pick? Who needs those 2nd round picks? Now I'm getting reminded that defensive linemen get fat contracts. Jalen Carter's interesting. Like, I don't know. Is a 2027 2nd round pick enough? No, but that's something we can work with. We'll send a young Gervon Dexter in return. We can part ways here with Dominique Robinson. So let's see if that even made a bump at all. We can work with that. I'll throw in a 4th from this year and also another one of those 6. Don't know if that's enough though. It's still declined. Hopefully this hasn't been a massive waste of time. I'll even go with our 3rd from next year. Surely this is enough. No. I mean, again, Jalen Carter is a really, really good young defensive tackle. So, I mean, it would take a lot IRL. So we're throwing our 4th round pick from this year, and this is probably it. It's declined, but it's so close. So maybe you can find one more player that they're potentially interested in. Why do I feel like this will be accepted? It was. At least that time my intuition was correct. So after all of that, it took a massive haul, but we get a potential all-pro defensive tackle. Like, this defense is nasty. And now an 87 overall, 87 offense, 88 defense. I told you guys in this one offseason I was going to build a Super Bowl contender. I'm going to get rid of BJ Hill so my young defensive tackle can start. I mean, we could give Michael Wilson as our 4th wide receiver, or Quentin Johnson and some draft picks. I think I'm going to take Michael Wilson with this star development. JK, I'm poor. Whoa, we just got Marvin Mims Jr. That's just not what I expected. But I think it's finally time to put some trust in this team we've built. I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the trade deadline, and hopefully at that point, we're 100% pushing for a playoff spot. So we're 4-3. Like, I can live with that. We're actually somehow leading the North. Now, we are at the part of the season where we're going to make some pretty tough decisions here. Oh, I have to renegotiate with DJ Moore, Jaquan Brisker, and Aiden Hutchinson. Not to mention the other half of our team. We have $81 million to spend. I think off the get-go, we gotta try and entice DJ Moore to come back. Like, what am I gonna do without DJ Moore? I mean, to be fair, if we can't spend money on him, we at least have a young trio behind him. So it wouldn't be the end of the world. I just hope he decides to come back. That was a lot simpler than I thought it was gonna be. Now, Aiden Hutchinson, we have got to lock him down. You don't let a guy like Aiden Hutchinson leave, and hopefully this offer is good enough for him. Poor Lions fans. Now, I definitely do want Jaquan Brisker to come back, especially now since he's a superstar. Hopefully this base 4-year offer is good enough. The players are making it simple on me. Now, I feel like TJ Edwards is a must resign. Got a younger back behind him. This will kind of strap us for cash. I wonder if he'll take just a 2-year deal. Because at the end of this, I think that young outside linebacker waiting in the wings should be good enough to start. We're like 5 for 5, I think. 4 for 4. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to afford Braxton Jones. We're not gonna. Oh, that's not good. Now, I do think we could re-sign Kevin Byard. So we have nothing behind him. Actually, we can't. Oh my gosh. I guess maybe at the end of the season, we can try and restructure some contracts and see if we can bring them back. I at least want to try and get Braxton back. But I honestly think I'm good where we're at. I mean, we're up to an 88 overall team, dude. Like 100% Super Bowl contenders. Well, unfortunately, dude, it looks like Jalen Carter's hurt, out for 6 weeks. Well, that trade really didn't help us out too much this year. Dude, you know the amount of confidence I would gain if we could beat the 7-0 Baltimore Ravens? I don't think there's any more trades I'm going to make at the trade deadline. There's just nothing really else we can upgrade. We lost by 6. Gosh, dang it. At this point, dude, we're just taking this thing straight to the playoffs, and I just know this team at an 88 overall is going to finally come together, play their best football, and we're making the playoffs. I'm speaking it into existence. Let's go. Made it as the 3 seed. We actually won the division. I mean, the Eagles are a pretty freaking tough team to play the first round of the playoffs, but at least we have this game at home. But first, I want to see how Caleb did this season. 4,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, to 5 interceptions. I mean, that's pretty solid numbers for a second-year QB. I'm interested to see what his overall is. He's up to a 91 overall, and finally revealed that he's a superstar. Told you guys DeAndre Swift was going to have a much better season. I mean, Caleb even had 500 yards, 6 touchdowns on the ground. Rome Odunze breaking out 1,000 yards this year with 14 touchdowns. Jameson Williams also having the best year of his career, 975 yards, 6 touchdowns. Cole Kmet with the big season, but I'm sitting here thinking, like, why did I pay DJ Moore all that money? Surely he missed a lot of this season with an injury, right? I mean, nobody did way too crazy individually, defensively, but I think that's at least like 5 or 6 sacks more than we had as a team last year, so at least that's a dub. I mean, we had the 6th best offense in the league and a top 5 defense, so I'm telling you, dude, this is our year. Of course, Mahomes led the league with 4,400 yards, 45 touchdowns. Look at Desmond Ridder, the Cardinal, going off. Caleb was literally 6th in the NFL. Looks like JJ McCarthy's having, an okay time. Throws a lot of picks, though. Ooh, what's CJ Stroud up to at this point? Up to an 88, so Caleb's actually passed Stroud already. Josh Jacobs and Saquon had insane seasons. That's nuts. Look at Marvin Harrison leading the entire NFL already. 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns. He's got to be like an X factor already. He's only a star, but 88 overall. Micah Parsons with 23.5 sacks. Like, that's more sacks than like my entire defense combined. Mahomes with another MVP. And Caleb this time fell back actually in 6th place. Dude, I still didn't win Coach of the Year. Like, there's got to be some sort of collusion going on. We deserve this. I mean, already been up to an 89 overall is crazy. And the scary thing is this entire offense is young and they're just going to continue to get better and better. I mean, can kind of say the same thing about the defense too. Oh, the corner, I wanted to check on him. Keegan Sands already up to an 84. Didn't get a pick his first season, but obviously did good enough to improve a little bit. All right, there's Jalen Carter back in the lineup. He literally just got healthy again, which I guess this means our team's getting better going into the playoffs. We're doing it, jumping in the more stressful way. We got this game at home. Just do what you do best and come out here, grab the dub. I mean, we're the better team. So we're off to a 7-0 lead here. Eagles strike back though, tie game. Oh gosh, they're gonna take the lead, aren't they? 10-7. Let's answer. 14-10. We have the lead. Come on, 2-possession lead. 21-10. Into the second half. Oh no, 3-point game. We got a 10-point game now. Oh, there's so much happening. So much happening. So much happening. Bears win this one. Kind of close near the end. 45-37. A wacky wild card round. Caleb Williams wins his first ever playoff game and will be heading into the NFC divisional round. Caleb Williams, have a freaking day. Imagine going out and slinging 6 touchdowns in your playoff debut. You're really running the ball that well, though. I told you guys that Aiden Hutchinson trade was going to prove to be massive. Now the massive question, who the heck do we take on in the divisional round? Hopefully somebody not, as good overall-wise as the Eagles, and it's the Niners. Oh my God. It just had to be the Niners, didn't it? Let's see what our defensive coordinator has to say here. I'll take every bit of insight possible. Oh no, George Kittle's going to cause a massive problem for Ojulari. Gotta go meet with him now. In film study this morning, we talked about George Kittle. What's our plan to deal with that? I'd rather him not focus on either, but probably zone. We're gonna focus on that all week. But you gave him a +5 to zone coverage. Like, how am I supposed to beat this Niners team? Dude, Brock Purdy is all the way up to a 95 overall for this game. And my defense is good, but is it good enough to stop 2 99s, get past a 98 overall tackle, 2 more 90+ wide receivers, and a 95 QB? Oh, dude, if I gave up that many points to the Eagles, bro, I'm about to give up 75 to the Niners here. Caleb Williams versus Brock Purdy. What a matchup. Honestly, I feel like against anybody else, I'd feel confident here, but the 49ers got me stressed out. Come on, fast start once again. 7-0 lead. I'll take that. Come on. Oh, I thought we were going to go by 2 possessions. We did. A 14 14-0, 14-7. Come on, Niners. This isn't going to be easy, isn't it? Not a lot of scoring like the last 2 quarters. 21-7, though, and of course, they answer immediately. They're tied up. No, they didn't. Oh, my gosh, this is stressful. 28-14. Come on, hang on for another minute. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I think we did it. 28-22. We go to San Francisco and knock them off. That's crazy. Caleb Williams 2-0 in the playoffs. Brother, I think the Bears might have made the right pick. To be fair, though, what a game from both of the quarterbacks. Caleb threw another 4 touchdowns. That's 10 total in the playoffs so far without an interception. Dude, Roma Dunze is going crazy right now. Honestly, can't believe we're literally 1 win away from the Super Bowl after just 1 offseason, but I really hope we can actually get some sort of an easy opponent. It's the Cowboys. Oh my god, one of the highest rated teams in the entire game. Dude, I have to say, if we actually make it to the Super Bowl, you've got to agree that we deserve it. We had to go through the Eagles, the Niners in San Francisco, and the 1-seed Cowboys in Dallas. On the flip side, it's a Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert show. Well, here we have our defensive coordinator wanting to help us out once again. That Dane Cameron Kelly's always got something to say. But actually, this time he says he didn't see any matchup concerns. I'm going to take that as a good thing. Our D-line needs to get off blocks. Jalen Johnson's such a leader. The entire D-line got a +5 boost to block shedding. Oh, it's such an even matchup. Literally 1 game shy of the Super Bowl, dude. Do we have what it takes? I'm telling you, if we somehow win this in Dallas, nobody can say we did not deserve to make it to the Super Bowl. Come on now. 60 minutes for the rest of your lives. 7-0 quick lead. Cowboys get a field goal. 10-3 ball game. Tie game. Not good, but we regained that lead. 17-10. Come on. 2-possession game. Cowboys strike. It's tied again. We take the lead again. My heart can't take it. 38-24. 45-24. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep winning. Chicago Bears, NFC champions. We're heading to the Super Bowl. Caleb Williams, in his 2nd season, shows that the Chicago Bears made one of the best draft picks in the history of the National Football League. What a season, what a team. He's having the greatest playoff performance I've ever seen. That's like 14 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. He even had 2 rushing touchdowns this game. And DJ Moore, even though he didn't have the best regular season, came up big here when we needed him the most. Dude, that rookie defensive tackle that we drafted is making a massive impact in a massive situation. GOAT. Now for our first Madden 25 Super Bowl, is it going to be the Chargers or Jags we're faced against? Moment of truth, we'll be taking on the Jacksonville Jags in the 2025 Super Bowl. Remember when my team didn't like me? Well, would you look at us now? I mean, Caleb Williams with his morale boost is almost a 99 overall for this Super Bowl. I mean, we have like 9 players 90 overall and above. Now we have to do some Jacksonville Jags scouting here. Oh, Trevor Lawrence, little surgence of his own up to a 93. Travis Etienne, he is going to be tough to stop here, up to a 97 for this one. Well, Brian Thomas has ended up being half decent too, up to an 84. So they got some weapons, got a good quarterback, and when you got a good quarterback, you can win any game. But we're absolutely not letting the Jags ruin our dreams here. I mean, we're the much more talented team here. Come on now, Chicago. Biggest game of your lives. We just can't make it all the way to the Super Bowl to lose. Like, this has been too much of a miraculous run here for us to lose in the Super Bowl. We made it this far, we're winning. Caleb hyping up his teammates. Biggest button press of my life. This is for your families. This is for Chicago. Come on now. Not a lot of scoring going on here. 7-0 Jacksonville. We tie things up. Come on, let's take the lead going into halftime. Please, please. 14-7, let's go. Jags answer, that's not good. 21-14, we regained the lead. Come on, don't give it back. Don't give it back. 28-31, 38, domination. Chicago on top. Chicago runs the world. Bears win. 38-27. The first person on the planet to win a Super Bowl in Madden 25 franchise. We can now enjoy the brand new Super Bowl celebration. As in just one off season, we turned this team into Super Bowl champions. The young core, Caleb Williams, Roma Dunze played a big part. We have Randy Moss bringing out the Lombardi Trophy now, but Caleb Williams and the young core are the ones who led us this far. I mean, I played a little part. Roger Goodell hands us the trophy, and for the first time in Madden 25, we are Super Bowl champions. Now, hopefully you enjoyed that one, and if you did, you can click right here to watch another Madden 25 banger. While you're here, make sure to subscribe to the channel, dude. Everybody watching this, subscribe. We can hit 20 million subs by tonight. Come on.